Class is in session, your most unconventional class. She talks all things, all subjects. It's the Interdisciplinary Podcast. Hosted by your favorite doctor, this is What's the Say with Dr. Kymrae.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Today is a very unique day at the What's the Say with Dr. Kymrae show. You ask why, probably, right? Well, let me tell you why. I have a very special guest with us today. I have my personal stylist, and I'd argue with anybody any day that she is hands down the best colorist in the United States of America. Let me tell you, I've had my hair colored by a lot of some amazing colorists, but she just really knows what she's doing. She's been trained and she's taken her training to the next level. So I am just so happy to have her as my personal stylist and also to share her with you guys today. So I hope that you really enjoyed this conversation. But she has been in the hair and beauty industry for approximately 10 years. And you know sometimes, guys, that I have to switch it up. Y'all know every week I pretty much try to be creative and switch the show up every single week for you. So this week we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I actually had some call-ins this week. I had some subscribers call in and they have some questions for my expert guest today. You got to stay tuned for those questions and answers, the portion. It's coming to you in a few minutes, but we got to get through the conversation that we have first before we can answer those calls and those questions. So if you like what we're doing, click that subscribe button and hit your notification bell for your weekly reminders of what we have going on every week. It's every Wednesday we drop a new episode, and we look forward to hearing from you in the comments below. Episode 12, guys, we have made it from 1 through 11 already. It's now episode 12. It's Labor Day weekend. You know, I've got on my white because you know what I said? I don't follow these rules. We've had a fashion industry expert come on a few episodes ago, and she told us, she confirmed that those rules are out the door in 2020. So, and actually in 2020, I don't know what rules are applying at this point because 2020 can just be thrown out the whole window and never come back. But episode 12, guys, we are calling Hair Hustle Hacks times Monat. Monat is a anti-aging, natural-based hair and skin line, and we'll be talking a little bit more about that when I bring my guest on. So now I want to welcome my guest to the show, Miss Erica Jasmine. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, how you doing, baby? I missed you.
I miss you so much. And I not only miss you, let me tell you what else misses you. My hair misses you. Yes. So Erica Jasmine is a salon suite owner in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. And that's where I met her. She is also a Monat partner where she sells these anti-aging and natural based hair and skin products. Right. And so we are so happy to see her. But I want to share really quick with them, Erica, if you don't mind, how we actually met. Erica and I met, believe it or not, I was hosting a competition in Charlotte, and she was a regular supporter. She would come every week to check out the show, and we ended up just talking about what she does for livings. I just started asking her some questions, and she was like, you know, girl, I'll do your hair. You can make an appointment with me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need a hairstylist in Charlotte. And I had been looking for so many years. I literally would fly home to Florida to get my hair done because I didn't have anybody in Charlotte at the time. I'm in Florida now, but I miss you and your hairstyling and your tips for me. So I'm so glad that you can share a lot of this stuff virtually with my subscribers today. But I noticed when you did come to support me at my shows, I recognized then that you are a strong believer in support. When we did start to get to know each other and we grew this friendship that we now have, I learned that you literally went through a lot through your journey into starting your salon. So first, I want to ask you, before we get into that, I want to ask you, what was it like being a rookie in the game of the hair biz and the beauty industry, because I've heard a lot of stories and situations that people go through, experiences, and they can be trying for you, but your story is very unique. So I would like to share with my subscribers what it was like for you in your first year or two doing hair.
Well, it was hard. Mm-hmm. And you would think that I would have it easy because I grew up in the salon and that I could just throw it off my shoulder. But I couldn't, because I care about people, and you take things personally, whether you like it or not. And when you're a target, you're a target. And I was.
You're just a sweet person. And I think sometimes maybe at that age too, I didn't know you then, but we all have to develop and grow into that strong, like confident woman. And sometimes it's a battle between being confident and being perceived as too confident. And I don't think have that problem at all. I think you're just a confident woman. I don't think you're too confident. I've never thought that about you. But I think sometimes when we're in that transitional stage and that phase in our lives, we maybe second guess our confidence, and it either comes off as timid, or I'm not sure what happened, but I think that it's neat that this is, you had to experience that so that you could grow into the entrepreneur that you are today. And so you guys, Erica and I have so much in common. Let me share with you some of the things that we have in common. I walk into her salon for the first time after she told me that she would do my hair, and I made an appointment and on Style Seat, and then I was up in her salon the first day, and I saw these point shoes on the wall, and I'm going, wait a minute, did you get that from like a some kind of store or like vintage shops? because I knew they were used. Right. I was like, where did you get those from? Because I just thought it was decoration. And she was like, girl, those were my shoes back in the day. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have the same type of, I have mine on my wall, and so I was like, wow, you dance ballet and point? And she's like, yeah, I did for years. And I'm like, wow, me too. So, aside from that, the story is Erica and I both moved to Charlotte for new beginnings. And we kind of moved for a guy, but we didn't move for a guy that we were dating at the time. But we were in very dark places when those things didn't work out initially, because you're still there and you're thriving and you're surviving. So tell us a little bit about some of what were the things that you did, some of the steps that you took to get out of that rut that you were in, those dark places that we both experienced when we had to deal with heartbreak and moving into a new city, a new state. You're from Ohio, I was from Florida, but we were both dealing with very similar things in that sense, and we didn't even know each other at the time. So how did you follow your passion to open up a salon and get out of that rut? What were some of the things? What did you do?
Well, okay. So yes, I came here for a man, but technically I really came here because I wanted a new beginning. I love my family. I'm very close to my family. They've been the biggest support system. They're still there cheering for me. But I had to get out and do my thing. And I knew a guy in Charlotte. It was a way, right? And so, coming and then noticing kind of from the get-go that it wasn't going to work. And then also facing the challenges I had at the salon about a little bit of jealousy. And just, it's hard to be a young stylist in the industry and have people believe that you're so young. What do you know about gray hair? What do you know about textured hair? Well, I have curly hair. You just wouldn't know because it's straight right now. Yeah. So, but what I had to do is, even though I was being told like, you're not as good as you made yourself out to be, or, even when I was hearing all that, I had to dig deeper. I had to remember my passion and remember, hey, I've had more positive than negative comments. I need to focus on those and brush the other ones away. Yeah. So I kept really strong in my church, really close to my family, picked my friends wisely, and really honestly, I just did it. I just said, I'm going to open a salon, and if it doesn't work, I'm moving back to Ohio, whatever. Dr. Kymrae is not wrong. I'm a hustler. And I do not believe in loans. So your girl did not take out any business loans. I worked about 3 jobs just to make sure that everything was paid. I didn't sleep. I took naps. I worked at the salon. Worked at the salon, went to bed. Bartended, went to bed. Worked at the men's shop, went to bed for about a year.
Wow. Wow. That's determination, and you were determined to plant your foot down in Charlotte and make some action happen. And you did it. You're doing it, and I'm excited to see what you're going to continue to do.
It's only the beginning.
It's only the beginning. Exactly. It's only the beginning. So guys, I want you to stick with us. This conversation is not just for women. This is for men and women. She's going to also be talking to some of our subscribers that called in today and have some questions for her. So stick with us till the end, because that's when we'll be answering those questions. And we have some men that called in too. And also we're going to be discussing hair loss and things like that. But I want you now, Erica Jasmine, to share with my subscribers a little bit about the Monat products and services that you provide through that company.
So I hate sales. I have to believe. Yes,
she's no sales.
I'm not a salesperson. I'm just an educator, and I found the brand that worked for what I was looking for. I do all hair types, and I needed to find something that was going to work for everyone, and that made sense.
All hair types, men, women, ethnic,
everyone.
Okay,
everyone from the biggest fro to the droopiest.
Wow. Okay. Great.
So it is for everyone. But what really got me is I studied it for about 3 years.
Yeah,
I did not just
you always study products before you're like, try this on your hair, or put this on your face. You're always studying. So yeah. So you studied, and then what happened?
I studied for about 3 years. I kept seeing it here and there, but I wanted to find the right mentor, the right person who was going to bring me into the business and really show me what this product is made of and where it can take my clients with their hair journeys. So after finding the right person, I jumped in, and it's changing my hair life. It's changing my clients' hair life. And it's changing my own personal life and my career. So it's been a really awesome experience.
Wow. That is phenomenal. So tell us a little bit more about these products that they have.
Yes. So my story is, and I won't drop no names, but I used the same skincare for about 15 years. Loved it. Didn't have a problem. My skin was great.
You're like me. Like I have the same routine. I got the same makeup. I haven't changed nothing. Like I need help because I know there's better products out there today.
So I felt like my skin was good, and my skin has always been good. And I honestly didn't think, it was dumb for me to think because the hair stuff has been amazing. But when they came out with skincare, I'm like, this is not really the brand. I don't know. And if I don't like this, I'm not pushing this on my clients.
Right.
But I tried it. Girl, it had me.
Really?
It had me from the cleanser. Just the smell of the cleanser and how my face felt. And I smelled no chemicals. It was just, I washed my face and my face didn't feel tight. I have dry skin. And the opposite happens for those who have oily skin. Their face doesn't feel too soft and oily.
Do they have products for men too, or Monat is only for women?
Well, no. It is not only for women, but right now, and I can't disclose yet because we haven't got the details, but there are more coming out for the men. I believe, and I'm just going to say this, I believe that they're coming out with a whole new line for men specifically. Wow. Even though the products work great for you because my boyfriend uses it, it's a purple bottle. But most men aren't going to buy a purple or pink bottle.
No.
So they have something coming. That's
smart. That's definitely smart. I mean, of course, women are like the ultimate purchasers of beauty products more than men, but men are manscaping and
So let me tell you this. The owners of Monat are men.
Get out.
It's a father and son.
See, they know. They're smart like that. Because they know it's a $1 billion industry. I forget what the number of $1 billion industry, but it's $1 billion industry, the beauty. And it's more than $1 billion. I just can't remember the amount of $1 billion. So with Monat, you have been selling the skin and the hair products, right? So
yes.
What do you recommend for a starting kit? What would you recommend?
So for the skin, you need something to wash your skin, moisturize your skin,
Uh-huh.
and you need something for around the eyes because the skin around your eyes is much more sensitive than the rest of your face. So you can't just put a regular moisturizer on your eyes. You need an eye cream. Those 3 products are like the trilogy of any line that you get. You should have a cleanser, moisturizer, eye cream, and then branch out from there depending on how your skin is feeling at that point, or if you're going through, if you need something more for anti-aging, preventative anti-aging.
Okay. So what about the makeup remover products? Like I literally have been trying to find a makeup remover product, and I think I'm probably doing the wrong thing. And you tell me if I'm wrong, because I think I am now because there's no product out there. I want it to be a wash, and you just told us that we shouldn't put the same stuff on our eyes. I want my eye makeup remover to be the same as my makeup on my face remover. Is that possible?
No, don't we all? I would be rich if I can come up with that. This is the thing, because the structure of a cream to take off your makeup has to be completely different from what you're washing with.
Okay.
It's called a double cleansing. So our makeup remover is step 1. If you are a heavy makeup wearer like us, you need to prep the face first by removing the makeup. This literally, it's called the makeup vanishing balm. You put it on, it does not burn your eyes. It's very light. Your makeup will literally just wipe off, right?
Wow.
That's step 1.
Okay.
Then you go in with the cleanser.
Okay.
With the cleanser, you will still see more makeup coming off. It is important to always give yourself a double cleanse, and the makeup remover is the first step.
Okay.
The way it's developed is you shouldn't be using any kind of makeup wipe. That's too harsh on your eyes. You're going to pull because you're trying to get all the stuff off.
What I do every day.
And you're going to cause wrinkles. You need something that you can put on, rub it very gently, and take it off with a hot towel, and you're not tugging at your skin because we need to save that. Hello? We don't want to get Botox.
I know.
Preventative, honey.
Oh my goodness. You're so right.
I got you, girl.
I love that. Okay. Well, look, I just learned how to wash my face, y'all. I'm sure many of you were wondering the same thing because I know so many people that wash their makeup off with one product and wonder why our makeup is still on our eyes the next day. Well, because we didn't get it all the way off, right? So
double cleanse.
Double cleanse. Okay, I got it. All right. Well, our hair hustler / skincare hustler now, right, is with us today, Erica Jasmine, and she is a stylist in Charlotte, North Carolina, and now she's a Monat market partner. So that's what she does at Monat. I have to say it right. But it's time, guys. It's time. You all have waited for the moment. And can I get a drum roll? We are starting our first time ever. We have call-ins coming to us that have specific questions for Erica Jasmine today. So I'd love to have Miss Erica Jasmine be ready to talk to caller number 1 as I bring them on the line to, well, they're not live, guys. They just left us voicemails, but we're going to answer them in real time. So give us a second and we'll bring that caller to you. One moment.
Hi, this is Davina from Charlotte, North Carolina, now living in Virginia. I had a question about my hair, and more specifically, I wanted to know how I can keep my curls defined throughout the day. I have really long curly hair, loosely defined curls, and so what usually happens is they look super cute for the first 3 hours, and then humidity and just me being outside or even in the office, they kind of become more straight throughout the day. So is there anything that you could suggest that I can do or any products to prevent that from happening? Thank you.
Davina, that is an awesome, awesome question because I have the same issue. And so I have done my trial and error. The first thing, and honestly, my curls did not come back until I switched the shampoo and conditioner because my hair was not cleansed properly. There's a difference between clean and Monat clean. Okay. You need to detox your hair. So step 1 is your shampoo and conditioner. You need to make sure that we are detoxing the hair so that way anything that is left on your hair from old product lines are gone and not weighing down on your curls. That's number 1. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is hold. We can't just put a curl cream in our hair and our hair be really soft and expect to go outside to the humidity and it to stay that way because it's too soft. Curls will fall. What we need is hold, whether that's a mousse or a gel. If you're somewhere where there's high humidity or you're in the summer, go with the gel.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I have a question for you with that. Does that mean that you need to change your shampoo and your conditioner often? Because I've heard that from some stylists that you need to switch it up sometimes so that your hair kind of like doesn't get immune to the shampoo.
No, not necessarily. Now, you don't need to change your shampoo and conditioner because it's going to get immune. You may need to change your shampoo and conditioner if your hair reacts to different temperature changes, or if you wear your hair both curly and straight. What I wear for my hair straight is different from what I wear with my hair curly. So in that case, I do have 2 lines, but just for that reason, not because I'm getting immune. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good to know. So we're ready for caller number 2. One moment, guys.
Hey, Dr. Kymrae. Man, I'm so happy to be on your show. I've watched every week, tune in on YouTube, tune in on Google Podcasts. I really love it. My name is Mike Johnson. I'm a history teacher in the Detroit Public Schools. And, you know, I love my kids to death, man. I come in, I teach them all the time. But to be honest with you, I'm glad to be sitting at home during this coronavirus because going in every day, the kids were just so stressful. I was at the barber last semester and my barber said, man, you thinning out in the back. And I really just don't want to be wearing a fitted cap all the time when I go out. So what can I do to get my hair just back to natural? If you can help me out with that, I'd really love to know. Thank you.
All right. I hear this a lot, both in men and women, but especially men because you notice it first because your hair is so short. Stress definitely plays a role, and you've been stressed during the pandemic. Totally get it. But what's more likely is that your hair, more actually your scalp, is clogged up. So men, gotta love you. But you use almost anything, whether it's a bar of soap, whether it's your Axe body wash, you're like, oh, it works for everything. No, it doesn't. Because your scalp is like, think of it like soil, right? Mm-hmm. If you don't have the soil healthy enough, it's not going to grow good grass. It's going to come up like these little things and you get these weeds and whatever. Your scalp is the most important. That has to be your healthy foundation for everything to grow. So right now, number 1, you need a new shampoo. Number 2, you need our secret sauce, which is the Rejuvenate oil.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Would you like to know, Dr. Kymrae, what the Rejuvenate oil is?
Yes.
So it's different than any other oil. Mm-hmm. It is 13 different essential oils mixed together from all over the world. We actually ran out because it's a pandemic. We could not import some of our oils. But this specific blend of 13 oils, it's totally patent. Nobody else has it. This mimics our body's natural production of oil. So what it's going to do, it's going to kind of act like fertilizer for us, for our scalps. Our scalp is going to feel so good, and it's also going to kind of cleanse it and get it to the right pH balance for maximum growth. So not only is this oil in all the hair products, but when you have it at its true source, forget about it.
Wow. Yeah. That's incredible. I mean, how can anyone compete with that? But they're going to put a lot of people out of business with that stuff, right?
Yes,
so last caller, guys, we're ready for the last caller. We got one more caller for the day, and then we're going to answer some other ones later on. Let's see who our last caller is.
Hi, my name is Wendy. I live in South Florida, in the Kymrae area. I dyed my hair a few months ago. I dyed it pink, and in the process, it's completely destroyed and breaking. I'm doing some home care treatments at home using some natural products such as mayo, olive oil, black Jamaican castor oil, avocado, and such things to help the healing. I do keep it in braids. I don't style it as much anymore, just to let it heal in the process. But I'm wondering what other suggestions or recommendations you may have for me. I love this show. Hope to hear from you guys soon. Bye.
Okay, Wendy. So let's start here because this is the most common misconception. And especially if you're from a Hispanic family like me, our grandma always said, just put some mayonnaise and some avocado on that. No. It sadly, and I've done it, but it doesn't work And this is why, because hello, I've done the research, of course. You are better off eating the avocado than putting it on your head, because it has to go through a certain process in your body to even benefit your hair, because your hair doesn't grow from outside your head down. It starts from within.
Ooh.
So putting it on your head is not going to do anything, but maybe make it a little greasy and make that look like it's shiny, but that's it. So first, honey, start there. Okay. Next is, again, detox. You can tell that that's a trend here. Detox your hair, because right now it has so much buildup from toxins that even if you put anything good in there, nothing's going to happen. We need to rip off that plastic shield that's on it and get to the hair that's inside and start working on it. So that's going to be, 1, you can use the oil. 2, a mask. We have 5 different masks. You need to pick one of those.
Okay.
And
a hair mask.
A hair mask. There's 5 different kinds depending on what
your
she
issue
needs.
is.
Yeah. So she'll need to get one of those. I have a couple in mind that would help. And then lastly, for a quick fix, a split end mender. It will literally, we have one called Rejuva Beads. It will literally take your little split ends like this and fuse them back together in 1 minute and last 2 to 3 washes. So that's at least going to try to keep some of the hair on your head. But honey, you're going to need a trim too.
Her question might also be as a result of COVID-19 and not being able to get her hair the proper treatment too. Salon. You know, so it's good that we're having this conversation, because you're giving some very helpful home remedies by way of products. If we just purchase the products and we use them right. I noticed you did your praying hands, and I saw a video that you did the other day where you explained, you know, like how to put the product in your hair, and you said like praying hands, and I was going, praying hands. As I'm reading it, I'm going, what does she mean by praying hands? And I was like, oh, like this.
You got to put the emoji in. The praying hands. That is the best way to distribute any kind of product. You don't want to just glob it on your hair, because it's going to get concentrated in one area.
Yes.
You want to evenly distribute it through your hands and go from the top of your head down to the bottom. Okay. And then follow that up by brushing. So it's evenly distributed.
And this is when your hair is probably damp though, right? Like when you just, when you're refreshing it, or even if you haven't just washed it, if you're like just putting on like a refresher, it's still wet probably,
that
right?
Is, yes. Refreshing actually is so important, especially that's the biggest question for curly hair is, what do I do on the next day when my hair is looking crazy? You got to refresh it. But how do I refresh it without wetting it down? Exactly. One of the things is water, hydration. Curls need hydration. Yeah. Spraying some water, reactivating your curl products, putting a little bit more in the prayer hand motion. And when you're doing that, you're also helping grab those hairs that kind of fall out, like get caught in the curls. Yeah. You're kind of helping to kind of get rid of those and then re-scrunching your hair. And that is how we refresh it. It's not about completely wetting it down and starting over.
Yeah.
It's just about a little maintenance.
What a nightmare that would be. I was doing that when I first started my curly journey. I was doing my hair every day from scratch. And I was like, this is just worse than wearing my hair straight. I might as well blow it out and then, pin curl it and put a satin cap on it or something and be done and pull it off and I'm ready to go. It's so much more work, but it's healthier. And I just have a quick question about that motion. Yes. When I'm thinking about my curly hair, I'm thinking about pushing, scrunching, scrunch, right? So when I see this, I'm going, but you're straightening it out. The curl is losing its pattern, right? So am I just like, do I just need to get over that and just do as you tell me? Or like, why does my mind want to think that I should be like pushing up and not like down?
So yes. And we end with pushing it up. Now this is kind of like more my trial and error. When I was refreshing and just scrunching, there was that loose hair that naturally comes off. There was that loose hair that was still in there and it was looking frizzy. So I noticed, and no, this is not, when I say praying hands, it's not always like pressing down and, straightening.
Gotcha.
It's just lightly running your fingers over it. You're helping the product to evenly distribute again.
Okay.
We're not running our hands through it ever. And then we're going to put it back into position.
Okay.
and end it with a scrunch.
All right. And this again is for all types of hair. This is not just like it could be the wavy hair, it could be the super curly hair, the textured hair, right?
Everyone.
Okay. Fantastic.
You might have a different product to refresh with, but it's the same application, really. And depending on how much hair you have, you may put half of it up first, start with the bottom, because it's going to be the frizziest in the back, because that's where we sleep. Yes. Important for our caller earlier who was talking about her curls coming out. You mentioned satin pillowcase, also satin scrunchie in a pineapple on the top of your head. Sleep like that.
Okay.
Best way. Also gives you volume.
Volume. Oh, now that's something I like. I like my hair to be big, whether it's blown out or curly. I want some volume. So that's awesome. I've been missing that. I had a bad haircut one day about a couple years ago when I went curly, and they thinned it out. They went down. They cut down the scissors, and I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "This is how you're supposed to do it to make it curly, like a curly cut." But I went home and my hair was like this, and I'm like, "Where did my body go?" So I've been like trying to figure out how to fix it. So that's thank you for that. These products are for men and women, all types of hair, right? So tell us how they can find that quiz. I took a quiz for you for these products. How do they find the quiz and the steps? Do you have like a website? Was it a website I went to of yours?
Yes. So the website is my name, Erica Jasmine, .mymonat.com. When you go there, in the top section, you're going to see something that says hair quiz. When you click on that, you're going to take something super quick. I don't know if you're a dork like me, but I love the quizzes like in a Cosmo magazine. Who's going to be my lover? It's like that. It's fun, just a couple minutes. When you take that, I'm going to get the results, you're going to get the results, and that's where we're going to start. But you also get the advantage of me being a hairstylist. So I sometimes just have a little spin on what you might get just from other knowledge that I know.
I love it. That's exactly why she's so valuable to us, because she's got the 360 approach to hair and beauty. Thank you. You see, guys, you guys have been really, truly blessed to have this individual. She is brilliant. She's talented, and she has the most heart of gold that anyone could ever know. So I'm just so honored that she stumbled into that facility that I was hosting the competition in Charlotte, and she and I grew this bond, and she became my personal stylist, and she can be yours too on the go, because now she's got products for you virtually. She's got conversation for you virtually, and she can coach you that way as well. So thank you so much, Erica. I want to ask you though, before you go, if you have any final thoughts or any final tips or of any kind for my subscribers before you go.
Yes. My biggest thing, and this is a problem for everybody, is time management. Whether you're a mom, whether you're a stay-at-home dad, or whether you just have a lot going on, you're an entrepreneur. There are 168 hours in the week.
Wow.
You're only working about 40, maybe 50 of those. How much more time do we have? Time for everything. You need to pay attention to what you're doing and how long each of them is taking, and see if that's a good way you want to spend your time. And I honestly have read the best book, and I'm not a big reader, but this is a good read. It's called How She Does It by Laura Vandekamp. And it is just amazing. It has shed light. It has shown me that I can still be a business owner, have my side shampoo hustle business, have kids, have a husband, do all of that, and still have time for myself, because now I have the formula.
That's a great thing to know. I know Erica shares that same sentiment with books as I do. So if she's co-signing on a book, whenever I co-sign on a book, that means it's you got to get that book, because we're both like that too. Awesome. Great information. I really enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for joining us. And I can't wait for us to have our own conversations about helping me get back my hair and my skincare right. So thank you so much, Erica.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. And this has been amazing. It's been a blessing. I feel honored.
You're so welcome. Take care, sis.